They're not choosing to leave their country at their home, their children, their parents.
Our children, you should have our children.
Excuse me.
Who gets raped, you should
The fight is coming. Hit the gym and tell your wife you love her. Welcome back, guys, to Fast Shit Performance. Then my name is Tim Davies, and today we're going to look at a tweet I put out that seems to have gained a lot of traction because of this one young lady, Natalie. That's a bit. Why not call yourself Natalie, mate? You know what I mean? Natalie Bienfait is her name. She is the Green Councillor for Bow in Tower Hamlets. And what we're about to see here is a young lady wrapped up in some feminist, post-liberal, white colonial guilt come up against the stark reality of a white British man, a parent trying to protect young children in a world that's allowing unregulated, dangerous migrants where we don't know where they are, coming in, creating atrocities. And unfortunately, the result is absolutely dynamic. One thing I'd like you to look at, guys, before we start here is a look at this lady's face. She's come down to that hotel in Canary Wharf where they were believed to be putting all the people from Epping, the Bell Hotel, up here. That's not actually the case, apparently. This is a whole new hotel they're opening up. She's come up here to spew that World Economic Forum nonsense, that UN replacement stuff they were talking about, and she just runs up against the wrong people.
I just think it's really, really important for people to understand that there are no safe and legal routes for refugees to come to this country. This is the only way they can come here. It's on a boat to pay. Yeah, they've got the whole of Europe. Why should we put that burden on the rest of Europe?
But do you not think
we still have to take responsibility for the fact that we have a lot of stakes in the conflicts and the climate crisis that causes people to be refugees and have to come to another country. They're not choosing to leave their country at their home, their children, their parents.
Our fucking children, you should have cunts. Of our children who gets fucking raped, you should have cunt. Fuck off.
Now what we're going to do, guys, here, we're going to do a quick exercise where I will play you parts of that clip and we just take the audio away. I want you to look at the face. There's a smugness, there's an acceptance about this. And then there's a stark change at the end when the man steps up and says, we ain't playing anymore, mate. Because this is for real now. Like, young kids are getting targeted by men that should not be in the country. And the government's not doing anything about it because the government doesn't want to admit it's got it wrong. Let's play that tape again. We're not playing the whole tape again. Look at her face. Look at her face, the smile, the acceptance that she's correct. She's bought into the message. She knows she's right. Look, I'm pointing the finger at her. She's got an expensive Rab jacket on. She's part of that metropolitan elite. That's what she is. I don't mean the girl any harm whatsoever, honestly. She's deluded. Look at the smile, everything else. Let's just change this then from what we see at the very end. It's a nice smiley face. Everything's going her way, because it normally does, by the way. No one challenges her at all. And now this is very powerful in silence. This is going to be the normality of the British public when the white working class man and woman stands up. Just watch this face now. A man interjects. That is literally clutching at pearls. She's doing the clutching at pearls. You can see she's never experienced this before. Never once has this woman experienced any kind of violence whatsoever. We need to talk about this because it's more serious than we realise. We have a lot of people in the UK that have never experienced violence. If that's you, are absolutely fantastic. I don't want you to. I would never get involved again myself if I didn't have to. Don't get me wrong. And even now at the age of 50, I'm just half as strong pretty much as a 25-year-old. All I'm saying is we can sensationalise this a little bit if you want. We can talk good fight. But that man there is not, he's not done about, he doesn't care about talking. The man that shouted at her, he doesn't care about talking, not 1 second. He cares about protecting his family. He cares about a job. He cares about maybe going to the pub once a week if he wants to do that, maybe going to a football game, anything like it. Doesn't matter what he wants. He just cares about living a normal life. He doesn't want to have to worry about his daughter not getting home one night. He shouldn't have to. You see, that's the thing about the government contract. All over the world, it's just there to protect the citizens. That's what the government should be doing. The contract is, you pay taxes, guys, bit of national insurance. We'll kind of put into a bit of a pension for you. You know what I mean? And we'll look after you. We'll protect you, all right, from enemies within the state or external. That's what we expect the government to do. Now, what I wrote here was, when you've been in an actual fight, you know to mind what you were saying around certain people. This is someone experiencing raw hostility, literally for the first time in their lives. The fight is coming. Hit the gym and tell your wife you love her. We're going to look at a few more of these things, guys, and then I'm going to leave it for you because I don't want to drag this film out. But when I talk about fitness, family, finance, fuel, and faith, I'm talking about these things. I'm not just making it up. I know what works for me. I was involved in violence, especially through my university years. I never want to go back to that again. One of the things about violence, guys, is even if you are inflicting on people or it's being inflicted on you, whether you win or lose, actually a lot of the time it's better to lose. When you win, you have this negative guilt that kind of hounds you for days. It's just a horrible, horrible experience. I wouldn't wish it on anyone else. And you can see by that woman's face that she's never had anyone talk to her like that before. It's a segment of society that she's never met before. And the other thing I wrote, notice I've changed my Tim Davies, the Fast Shit Performance, so you can associate this YouTube channel as well. I don't know why I didn't do it before. Was pathological altruism and feminist suicidal empathy caused by post-war liberalism, multiculturalism, and post-colonial guilt, white guilt, really. This is what these people look like. This is what I thought they'd look like. You know what I mean? This is someone standing up there saying that they know what is right. We must do what they tell us and we don't get a choice. We just have to conform. Now, what's happening in Canary Wharf there is reality is meeting the wealthy. There's going to be migrants walking around their streets now. They don't even know where these people came from. I always said that when this does hit the policymakers, maybe things will change. There's a lot of reasons, by the way, that this has happened. It's not, I don't think it's some amazing plan. I literally think it's the fact that we just haven't had children. We can't pay the pensions, and they're very worried about some kind of civil arrest coming because of that. So they're just populating migrants into the UK, all over Europe, by the way, because we're all the same. Japan is exactly the same as well. And what we're trying to do is just prop up GDP. You know what I mean? It's not a massive policy. It's not a massive conspiracy theory, guys, if I'm completely honest. This lady's not a bad lady. You know what I mean? I'm sure she's absolutely fine. She's doing what she thought she needs to be doing for her constituents. I've seen her. She's run town meetings. She's absolutely fine. She's not grifting off the state or anything like that. She's a Green councillor, has not met people like that before. People that are going to challenge that worldview in such a vociferous manner where the answer for them is violence. And you know me, guys, I say Islam has no place in the West. I don't want to hear we're a Christian nation. If you don't think we're a Christian nation, give it a couple of years and we won't be. So you better start getting behind that. Christian values is what I'm talking about, guys. I don't need you to go to church. If you want to go to church, you'll probably find a communion full of people there that are interested in you and want to celebrate you as well. However, you don't have to do that. I don't attend church regularly, even though I am a Roman Catholic. Look at this guy here. This is a Pakistani Muslim man. I want you to hear what he has to say quickly and we'll come back to it. Only listen to this guy for 1 minute.
Well, I'm here to support Tommy Robinson because I'm a Pakistani immigrant in the UK and I've been here for the last 10 years. And I'm a legal immigrant. I came here through Heathrow Airport, through Immigration Home Office, so I paid my way in here. I was working up until last year, October, for Swansea Council, but then somebody said to me that Tommy Robinson, a man called Tommy Robinson, is such a racist, and my whole community used to tell me, oh, these white people are racist, Tommy Robinson is racist. But because I come to this country legally and I went to the university here and I met so many white people and I've got so many white friends, I thought it was my loyalty towards the white people to go there and say, you know what, no, white people are not racist. If anything, I've seen racism towards the white people from my own community, from the Muslims. And you talk about Lucy Conley, you talk about Tommy Robinson, you talk about Wayne Rourke. All of these people are behind bars for what? Just because they're criticizing a religion. I am a Muslim, like I said. How is it okay for the Muslims to stand in each corner in each city and say, oh, you know what, because you're a Christian, your faith, your religion is wrong, it's false. And guess what? UK is a Christian country. For me, it is and it always will be a Christian country. If these people are allowed to criticize Christianity, how is it that people are allowed to criticize Islam? I'm not saying I'll burn anyone's book. I wouldn't do that. That goes against my moral values. But if I see somebody burning the Quran, I would not hold it against them because it is freedom of speech.
And that's the kind of people that we expect to come to the UK and to help build the UK. A quick advert for Ground News, who sponsor this channel, luckily, because YouTube ain't giving me no money, fam. You know what I'm talking about. All the stories you'll find on the front page here that are current. However, you can search for stuff in the bar at the top. When you click on a story, then it will show you here, look, what's left-leaning, centre, or right-leaning. It's a right-leaning story. Let's click on it. And then straight away, it gives you a summary at the top there. All the stories here, down there. You can even expand it for more articles if you want at the bottom. On the right here, it shows that there's 34 articles. There's 5 left, 14 right, and then there's 5 centre. Below it then, the bias distribution shows that this is a right-leaning article. And you can see here, Fox News, Israel, all that kind of stuff, you know what I'm saying? Here, factuality, expand that. You can see which ones are more factually correct than others, and so you can see who owns it as well. Where are your biases in this? Click on the article if you want. You'll go straight to that website then, and at the top you can see there's a bar that drops down as well, again showing where these biases are. You can then look at left-leaning articles and right-leaning articles and not get sidetracked by the mainstream media. 40% off. Thank me later. What a fantastic young man that was. I'm just going to leave you with something right now, because obviously I've annoyed Paul Thorpe on his YouTube channel. I never meant to do that. When I was talking about that last one about people leaving and going to Spain, it was a generic thing. I knew Paul had a house in Spain. Didn't realise he was living there full time. I must admit, I hate to say it, I don't follow Paul's channel 100%. He puts out a lot of content, you know what I'm saying? However, I will just say that this is a great time to be in the UK right now. There is a fight coming that you do not want to miss. If you are an Englishman like me, a Welshman, I'm half Welsh, right? Scottish, Irish, it's coming. What better conflict could you ever want? Not that I'm advocating for it, of course, but we know it's going to be here, than being a Christian Englishman defending your country and your people from the onslaught of Islam. Islam has no place on the West. No, I'm just saying it, guys. No place in the West whatsoever. Honestly, it really doesn't. Come here and conform like that man is there. Absolutely, integrate. But the numbers are ridiculous. Remember, 4 million Muslims, 6.5% of the population back in 2021. It's not right. It's going to come. We have to be ready for it. Hit the gym, fitness, family, finance, fuel, and faith, guys. Go and find me. If you want to look at that guy's video again, he says some great things on here, by the way. He goes into stuff I can't really put on the channel here because it will get censored. But I'm now Fast Jet Performance at Tim Davies. Jump on there. You know, we're all together, right? We're doing some good things out there as best we possibly can. Now, here's the thing as well. I've always said it. If you've got young children, whatever, you need to go abroad for their health, your mental health. Get it done. I understand that, right? Look, all I'm saying is just think about your ancestors. Think about the soil that you walk on. Think about what this land means, this island as well. You know what to do. It's not good enough to say, Tim, I'll come back when it kicks off. No, you won't. You won't do it, mate. You won't do it. It's about being here for the fight. Don't expect to celebrate the success that we're going to have if you're not there for the struggle that we endure.